Ever had anything uncomfortable or weird like that in a copy that you had to read?
Oh, yeah, of course. Been doing
Can
this
you
a
remember
long
any of
time.
them?
No. Well, what do you mean uncomfortable? I mean,
Well, just not awkward, but just like why me?
well,
why do I have
to
to do this?
back in the day, radio stations had a copywriter. Believe it or not, if you're in the radio game now, this is unfathomable. But back in the day, radio stations had a copywriter. It was somebody that the sales department would send their bullet points to, and the copywriter, obviously, would write it up and make it sing, right? And then you'd kind of put it into your own words. Now things just get shot at you, and you kind of got to make it your own anyway.
Like Wendy's Strawberry Frosties, thick and creamy dessert.
Just like that, right? Bon appetit.
King, the real-life inspiration of Jay Gatsby, George Remus's story of greatness.
And this is Jesse, by the way.
Yeah.
It's our boy Jesse Schultz, right? So he's got to read this.
And his spiral into madness. My vagina said what? Best friends Chris and Andy hold important discussions about women's health.
My vagina said, what?
My vagina said, what? Oh, it's great.
I picture a vagina saying that.
You do?
Yeah.
Sideways or up and down?
Yeah. Which way does it talk?
It talks.
Hello,
Yeah, it's sideways.
Sideways.
It talks-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, like Giamatti and the Merlot. The Guardians, by the way, avoid the sweep in Tampa. They beat the Rays yesterday 9-2. They're off tonight, and then they'll head down to Cincinnati to play the Reds. That's just a 2-game series. So tomorrow, around 6:40. Then they'll play them on Wednesday about the same time.
Who was that guy that was going to be in Cincinnati in September? It's me.
Ronald Reagan.
7
The
through
ghost
10.
of Ronald Reagan is coming back to haunt Cincinnati.
Hologram Ronald Reagan.
7 through 10.
What are you doing?
I'll be headlining the Go Bananas Comedy Club September 7th through 10th.
Is it called Go Bananas or is it called the Go Bananas Comedy Club?
It's
called
called
Go
Go Bananas
Bananas.
Comedy
Okay,
Club.
I just want to know how their SEO is working out. Okay, and those dates are what?
September 7th through 10th.
Ah, okay. So we're kind of we're getting ahead of ourselves with
I
that,
would
right?
say,
Yeah,
I
mean,
it's,
you got to
know.
get
Some
the
people-
awareness out there.
Some
Yeah.
people have important shows this weekend that aren't 4 hours away from Cleveland, like at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls.
boy, Important's doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
Aren't they? It's a very important work.
But we've all been faced with anyone who's ever done events. You become faced with the knowledge that most people are last-minute ticket purchasers.
You can't.
You can. This is the bane of anyone's existence who does promotion. Is you're trying to get the information to people, and you talk yourself to your blue in the face. But that's just because people hear you at different times, and so down to the wire, people go, "Oh, when is that? It's
Or,
tomorrow."
When are you gonna be by me?
Well, oh, by the way,
Well,
you
that's
know
why I
what?
got to say it so many times and be so repetitive about it. Like the fact that Mary's going to be at the Funny Stop this Friday and Saturday.
I got great news today, by the way. It had been spoken about in hushed tones, and I was technically waiting for the information to come down because I had heard, I just figured there was no way around it. That Captain Fun's Floating Fandango is confirmed to be on the brand new Lady Caroline boat.
Hey, that's what we thought.
We had been talking about the Nautica Queen because that's the information I got. And then over the last week, I was sending emails to people here, and I go, hey, listen, all I'm hearing is about this thing's being decommissioned, and Lady Caroline just did their maiden voyage, and so blah, blah, blah. I mean, up until a couple of days ago, we were told that it was still going to be the Nautica Queen, but in fact, the Lady Caroline, the brand new C word. Why did they didn't call the Lady Caroline the C word? I don't know, but
Get rid of the C word. I'll leave when I'm good and ready.
when I'm good and ready. Nevertheless, the Alan Cox Show cruise, which is set a week from this Saturday. I will have tickets for you all this week around 3:50.
How was Game On Friday?
But Game On, boy, was a treat. Yeah, no, a lot of people came out. Game On in Lakewood is when we did our second ticket stop, giving away passes for people. We're playing Battleship to do that. No, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Got to hang out with some people I hadn't seen in a minute. And, a lot of intense. Randy was there, of course. He's always talking about how he, when is somebody going to call him about the job application that he posted with iHeartMedia? And, upon further inspection, you just kind of ask him, well, what do you want to do here? And, he, like so many other people, go, just anything. because a lot of people are working, mundane workaday jobs, and they think that this would be awesome. I think technically he wants to replace Poundcake. And I said, well, first of all, that's a contradiction in terms because Poundcake is irreplaceable.
Oh.
And there's no way. Huh? I know where you're going. Let me stall. Poundcake is irreplaceable and so many other things.
Uncompetable.
There we go.
Uncompetable. That kid was there. The uncompetable guy came up to me.
And he won tickets, right?
Won tickets. I took a photo with him. He had an amazing grill. This kid's teeth were just, I don't know if he bought them or what, but holy cow.
Yeah, they look perfect.
Yeah, so the uncompetable guy was there.
Oh my God, this boat's so much fancy.
I was gonna say, is it a bigger boat? Because
It's much bigger, and there's like a lounge
I'm gonna pretend
with
like it's a
couches
yacht.
and stuff.
Lady Caroline Boat Cleveland.
So my point in telling you this, obviously, Alan Cox Show listeners, is yes, we get rowdy, right, when we do stuff, and that's what we want, but it is a brand new boat. Don't be an animal. I mean,
All right, is this you uninviting Intense Randy?
no, I don't. He doesn't have tickets yet, as far as I know. He tried to get them at. Now I don't know that he won't get them. I'm certainly not. I'd have nothing to do with the tickets.
Right.
Reserve the whole yacht, Cody.
But did you give away the whole lot on Friday? Because I know you had some leftovers.
Friday, I believe. Well, I gave away the allotted tickets at Game On. Yes. I talked to this kid, Adam. I'd never met him in person, but he came up. He was there with his wife, I believe. He's the one that got the Alan Cox Show logo tattoo.
Yeah, he was hitting me up about having his wife come up and put him on the glass for tickets, which I'm still getting hit up by people like, is that a one-time thing? I'm like, yes, it's a one-time thing.
I
It's
wanted
not
to
a
tell you.
special thing.
I said the first
Yeah.
person to come up and do it, you're going to get tickets. You snooze, you lose.
Cody.
But Adam's there with his wife, and they're young people.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how great it was to be out because they have 7 kids.
What the
Oh,
And I go,
I feel
I guess
sore.
the two of them were together for a while, and then they split up and quote unquote did some things and then reconnected. So it was clearly true love, but they started when they were 15. I mean, they're like in their early 30s or something. And I go, so how old's the oldest? And they were like 17. I was like, wow, you two are amazing. Amazing.
7 kids.
That's
That's
some,
too many
7 kids.
That's some birth canal you got there.
dude, we kept Blake an extra day, and so we're keeping her tonight. We normally take her back to her mom's Sunday
This
night.
is your boyfriend's daughter.
My boyfriend's daughter, she's 7. We kept her last night so we can have some extra time with her because she goes back to school next week, right? So this morning, her and I are getting ready and we're having breakfast, and then she starts to feel like she's maybe going to puke, and she's like getting all worked up. And God bless anyone with one kid who works from home, because I'm like trying to talk her through her feelings. I'm like, I'm not inside your stomach. I don't know how you feel right now. And then I hear my Zoom going off on my laptop because I'm late for a Zoom meeting. So I'm like trying to be with her and trying to comfort her, but I also have to go like tell these Zoom people like, hey, I think my kid's about to throw up, so I'll be right back. And so all that was going on. And
You
then
go, honey, do you want to go puke on a webcam?
hey,
That'd
throw
be
up in
fine.
the sink so that way.
Go outside so you can puke.
You want to be part of it?
Can you get out of mommy's screen, please? We can't have you in here. This is very unprofessional.
She
for
call
to
you
be
mommy?
correct. She calls me stepmom, but that was just for the joke. She actually told me several times over this weekend I'm the best stepmom she's ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I hope I'm the only one you know, but I appreciate you differentiating that I'm the best.
I bet Brian had her sign an NDA.
Yeah, right. But being like dealing with that, and then the stress of like also having to rush to my computer and then being scatterbrained the rest of the day. Like I left my Invisalign at home today. I forgot stuff in my car. Like it's just been all over the place.
I forgot my sippy.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that I can't imagine someone who has 7
So
kids.
many parents are laughing at you right now.
But that's what I mean. Is
They're
that
calling
like
you sweetie and honey.
I get
and
it.
That's
I'm
adorable.
I'm brand new with 1 child and 1 Zoom meeting to worry about. So when you say that these people have 7 kids,
I said, so you
they're
have to have
About your age.
I said, you have to have a team of babysitter. You can't have one babysitter.
No.
You got to pay at least 2
No.
babysitters.
When you have a 15-year-old,
oh,
that's,
they're watching the
Yeah,
youngest
that's the
kid.
main
Two.
babysitter, and then you probably have a 12-year-old, and that's babysitter 2.
Yeah.
And then
Just a
I'm
better
like,
mom.
you don't have to leave it in every time. So I look at the girl. I'm like, you got that good then. If she was kind of quiet about the whole thing. I go, man, good for you.
I couldn't
Wild.
imagine it.
No.
My
no
parents had 5.
way. No way.
Yeah.
I'm one of 5 kids, and I fully understand why they're divorced. Like
Oh.
110% understand why
my
they're
parents were
divorced.
very close to having a 6th child, and it, like That was too much. I mean, just
Too much.
Too much.
My mom was like, I'm done after 2. Y'all get on my nerves.
Good for her.
Ain't no way.
My sister got her tubes
she's done
tied.
after you. If you were the firstborn, she would have been done. She would have had one child.
She told me that I was a perfect baby. Like, I didn't cry that often.
Perfect baby.
I waited to be fed. Like, I was a perfect
He's been
baby.
making up for it for the rest of his life. He was a perfect, quiet baby, and he's been screeching ever since.
Yeah, but once you learned to talk, then it was all over.
I don't care. My slate is wiped clean. I'm taking her to Pentatonics, so she can't say nothing to me for the rest of her
Is
life.
Poundcake's shirt thin horizontal stripes? Because on camera it looks like it's sequins.
It's a
It
bunch of
looks
dots.
like
It's dots.
It's fighting with the camera, so it looks awesome, but it looks like it's glitter.
Because
So
it's
he's
the same color
especially
as
when you
his
move,
lights.
yeah.
I know.
He's blending in with his background.
Yeah,
He
look at
wore a
that.
green shirt with a green screen behind it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
No, so a lot of people came out to Game On. It was a lot of fun. It was like a friggin' monsoon on Friday night, though.
Yes.
Like I had to because Gwen and Nora were out of town for a few days, so I had to go to my mother-in-law's from work, get my dog, take my dog home, and then kind of clean myself up, and then head back out. And it was just friggin' pouring. And so,
Well, it delayed the concert. It delayed the Browns game. It was
what was the concert?
that Rufus one that I was talking about, and the Outlaw concert as
Oh,
well.
Willie Nelson, yeah,
Yeah.
and Fogarty and all those guys. Yeah, so no, a lot of people grabbed tickets. Very excited to see some people I already knew. Made some new friends there. Girl named Tiara, who was lovely, black girl. She comes up and I go, "Do you know what this is?" And she goes, "Yeah, I know who you are." And I go, "You listen to the show?" And she's like, "Kinda." And I go, "Who's my phone screener?" And she goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Perfect." And then she ended up winning.
Good for her.
So yeah, we're gonna have a great crew. But again, those are the only 2 ticket stops, but there's still plenty of chances for you to win. So just WMMS.com will have them. I will have them for you all this week, but we are confirmed that we're going to be on the Lady Caroline, which is very exciting.
Cody, I'm looking at the Lady Caroline's website, and you can rent out this as your own private yacht for just $70 a person at 75 people minimum.
That's
So,
not terrible.
It's 50. Yeah, that's 5,250 to 5,250 to rent it out. So if you have $5,300 and aren't going to feed anyone, you can go ahead and have yourself a little swanky afternoon, Cody.
I mean, you could even throw in for a chafing dish full of meatballs.
That's one of the options. Sample hors d'oeuvres, barbecue meatballs, or gochujang.
Or what?
Gochujang.
I think they were just here
Gochujang.
with Mastodon, weren't they?
There's a YouTube video where Channel 3 goes through and shows you all the different levels and stuff like that.
Of the
And it is- of the
Lady
bu-
Caroline?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
Well, here's what's confusing to me is that the selections for the hors d'oeuvres come in 50s, but you have to have at least 75 people
Do you
there.
pronounce the H?
Hors d'oeuvres.
She's fancy.
Hors d'oeuvres.
She is fancy. Wow.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Cody, just spend all of your savings and have a yacht party.
I'm on it.
Vegan pot stickers. Bruschetta with mozzarella and pesto. You can do so many things.
There's
a
no
fajita
caviar?
station.
What's the point of a vegan pot sticker? Just
Oh,
do something else.
I'm sorry,
give,
vegetarian pot sticker.
give him a pile of lettuce.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe.
Alan, hey, show.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Mary, so back to the kids real quick.
Oh, boy.
Real fast. My neighbors have 7 kids, and they're like
for you.
they're like Mennonite, so they don't have TVs, they don't have nothing. But my son goes over there 4 days a week, and she just says he just blends right in, like they don't even know he's there. And he makes 8 kids, so it's really cool. It works out, but she's a stay-at-home mom and everything. Like they don't have any babysitters or anything, and
That's insane.
it's pretty wild.
Well,
Yeah,
if
'cause
it's your
those-
full-time job, though.
But also, those families are birthing children to work for the family,
Right.
They have
They're like,
chores coming out.
that's right. They don't have. There's a reason they don't have Xbox and all that crap. They're like, no. I'm birthing a brood because we need employees in this
Well,
place.
And no doubt, their garden, man, is huge. And they have 4 cows. They have a bunch of chickens and a couple pigs and stuff. So, and it's cool to see my son go over there and get to experience it and everything, So,
All right,
Well,
well,
then
good.
he
just
gets
wanted to
the
come
best
back
of both
and say-
worlds. He gets the garden
sir.
and Xbox.
Hell yeah.
Right. All right,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
thank you. There's Joe in Manaway. Yeah, he's playing the new gardening game on Xbox. It's very exciting.
Farmville.
Yes.
Brian and I have talked about it sometimes where there's some days, so we tried to hang the wallpaper this weekend.
Oh, boy.
And we had to call in reinforcements. I called my sister and I was like, bring your kids over because I need someone to distract Blake while we try to do this kind of a thing.
I need a bunch of tiny hands.
Well, not even to help us, to keep each other busy. Where it's like, I feel like one kid, at least with two, they can play with each other, right? You know, like it's like they got friends, it's a built-in friend. Go figure it out. Go build a fort, do whatever you need to do. Because like with one kid, when she's at our house, she's an only child, so she gets 100% of our attention all the time. We're playing games, we're playing makeup, we're doing hair salon. Like we are with her hands-on most of the weekend that she's there. Well, if you have a bunch of kids, at least they kind of keep to themselves, right?
Until you hear a scream and then somebody cries and then I mean,
And then it's what's going on.
but you take
what
the rough
happened.
with the smooth, I guess. Yeah.
It's so weird because even the friends that I went to play with, like it was always just kids and like parents were around, but they weren't doing activities.
No.
Like I can't remember my parents, like after I was like a certain age, ever playing with us.
Dude.
Like maybe when I was like 3 or 4 when we were still like crawling around and like, you know, like riding on my dad's back and stuff.
Mhm.
But like once you're in kindergarten, it was like parents do this stuff and kids either play with each other or shut the hell up.
But that works if you have siblings.
Right.
So when Blake's at our house and it's just us and her,
Yeah.
my friend, there's a comic named Vince Carone who actually worked with me at Hilarities a couple weeks ago. He had a joke about playing with his kid. He's like, listen, I can be 8 for about 10 minutes and then I need you to be 40. And I was like, I feel that. Because we played Barbie dolls for like 45 minutes and I told her, I was like, honey, I need a break. Like I have to go sit and decompress from my imagination.
Everybody's got Barbie fever now.
Right.
Yeah, that is true. Like we've told our daughter, like, you have no idea how unusual it is for like parents to play with their kid.
Yes. Like
to
that
do stuff with the kid.
full attention.
Yes.
Into this Barbie game or
Instead of go find
horses.
something to do in that room with all that crap we got you.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Martina.
Nick Brown.
Hello, Alan.
Hey, what's up?
How are you?
Good.
Hey, I'm having a great day. How about you?
Great.
Awesome. So I wanted to say I went to Rufus Still Soul at Nautica, and it was an amazing show.
Dancing
Thanks to my friend
Australians?
Michael.
Was it sold out?
I believe it was.
Yeah, it's fascinating to me. You know, I have pretty broad. I consider myself a pretty broad purveyor of music, but it is amazing to me, like all the artists I'm entirely unfamiliar with who will sell out a really good sized venue. These are just like Australian EDM dancers, right?
Yes. Well, not dancers, musicians. And
But it was, but they
sell
build it
out
as like a
for
Rufus del Sol. They build it as a Rufus du Sol dance party.
It was an awesome dance party. I met
Yeah.
a bunch of wonderful people, and I went with my best friend Michael, and we had a great time. And I'd say bring it on again.
Sure, everybody there was straight edge.
You know? Oh, sure, they were as sharp as knives.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Martina. I'm completely unfamiliar with this band, but
Is this who it is?
this is Rufus du Sol, who are an Australian trio. It's just an EDM show,
Yeah, is it?
you know.
Drug music.
But it is interesting to me in the EDM space how there are some bands, I mean, to the untrained ear, every genre of music sounds the same. We've talked about this. Sounds monotonous. EDM, you can make the case, is more so, even to the trained ear. So it's always fascinating to me, like the EDM bands that don't catch on. They're like, we're doing the same dumb beats. Like what?
How do you know that this one sucks and the other one's good?
Yeah. Well, Rufus
Well, I
du
think-
Sol did a sold out thing last
I think
night.
a lot of it has to do with the performance that you put on too, whether it's the lights or the the atmosphere. Probably as they say, the people that went to it, the
Vibe.
vibes. Yeah.
I'll just never forget. I was a big Chemical Brothers fan. Love those guys. And when I was on in Pittsburgh, every year we had a big Christmas thing. We do Kick-Ass Christmas. And it was 3 nights and 3 different clubs with different lineups. This is back in the day when radio stations did that kind of thing. And so the after party one year at one of the clubs was Chemical Brothers. And these guys literally their rider was nothing but vodka and Red Bull. And I think we paid them $500,000 to do the after party. So this is 20 years ago. Chemical Brothers. Yeah. And they had a ton of hits. Like if you were
never heard of these people.
If you were into like late 80s, early 90s, like EDM, right? They were huge. They were called the Dust Brothers early on, but then they got sued and they just changed the Chemical Brothers. Anyway, we paid them $500,000. These guys literally walked behind the boards, pressed play, and then just drank Red Bull and vodka all night. I'm like, man, that's the life.
You can't even complain, though.
They just had all their... No, but when Bill's talking about vibe, like, there are guys that get up there and pretend they're doing something. And then other people who get up there and then just go, yoink, there it is. Yep. Oh, man. And I know that that's not everybody, but I'll never forget watching those guys walk up. Yoink, there it is. There's $500,000 worth of after party. It's a good time. I love them, though. I think they're great. Hey, Woody.
Alan.
What's going on?
How's your day, brother?
Good.
Hello, Bill. Hello, Mary.
Yo.
This weekend, it happened to be the weekend surrounding the Perseid meteor shower.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to see any of that?
No, my wife and child were in Michigan at her dad's lake house, and she was sending me these pictures of this bright sky, and they saw the Starlink train and the whole thing. It was way too cloudy where I was. I didn't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah, I got a chance. Out by me, down with with the less light pollution where I'm at, right on the lake. I got a chance to see a bunch of it, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I'm a few blocks from the lake. I didn't see it. It was all clouds on Saturday night. Woody, isn't Woody's birthday tomorrow?
That's an absolute fact, sir.
How old are you gonna be tomorrow, Woody?
I'm going to be 55 years of age.
Oh, look at that. 55. He's right up there with Ben Affleck and I mean, you look just as good as he does.
I'm officially certified to retire early from my 33 years of industrial roofing.
Wow, there's simply no way to know how old he was when he started, but that is amazing. Okay, thank you, Woody. I've got to move on, but I appreciate the call. Happy early birthday. I've got to take a break. If you want to send a text, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com to watch, and you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000